What's good? Next Gen Amolytics. It's May 29th. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'll start out by giving a recap of Tuesday the 27th and how we did there. We went 4 for 5 on the hit plays. Suarez just missed out on getting the sweep there at the end of the night against Burrows. Arizona got to Burrows, as I thought. They went. He only went 3 and 1/3 there, but Suarez didn't join on to the party. However, Ryan O'Hearn went 1 for 2 against Paredes with a home run there. Judge and Goldschmidt went 1 for 3 against Anderson, and then Machado went 1 for 3 against Meyer out there in San Diego. So decent night, and then 1 for 2 in the play home run plays. Judge missed out on his home run there, or else we would have went 2 for 2. But moving forward on today, short slate. We got 4 games on today. I'll give my top 3 hit plays, and I'll give you 2 home run plays I also like as well. Starting out, I like Brandon Lowe out there in Houston, plays for Tampa Bay. He's going against Ryan Gusto, younger pitcher here, really struggles with lefties, giving up a 225 whip against lefties, and then has over a 10 FIP there with a 300 average. Lowe is on an 11-game hitting streak right now, has a weighted OBA of 528 against right-handed pitching and only a 17% K rate. So I like this, and then in regards to the pitch mix, Gusto's been increasing his usage in his cutter. He's already a 4-seam pitcher here, but he's been increasing his usage in his cutter, which I love for Lowe. He's hit 2 home runs this week alone against that cutter. Twice. So he's seen it 4 times and hit a home run twice. Over the course of the last 4 weeks, he's 4 for 8 with all 4 of those hits being extra base hits against the cutter. And then you add on the 4-seamer there. Over the course of the past 4 weeks, he's batting a 522 and 23 at ABs with 8 extra base hits, a 17% barrel rate, and a 24% K rate. A little above average there. But if I drop down the parameter as far as the dates, I go over the last 2 weeks. He's 9 for 12, batting a 750 with a 7% K rate and 6 extra base hits against the cutter and the 4-seamer. So I love this for him. I feel like that's more respective to his hitting streak he's on right now over the course of the past 2 weeks as well. But the K rate over 4 weeks isn't bad by any means either. So I love this spot for Lowe. He's also my home run play. So, I want to speak to that. 3 home runs against that cutter and 4-seamer over the past 2 weeks, and as I said, a 25% barrel rate too. So he's seeing both those pitches that Gusto is offering. And as I mentioned before, Gusto, gives up home runs. He's given up home runs for the last 4 out of 6. Just in that 4-seamer alone, he's given up four home runs. And so he hasn't given a home run on that cutter yet, but as I said, he's increasing the usage, and Lowe's seeing that. So I like Lowe here. Moving forward, though, I like Altuve. Altuve going against Bass. Same game here if you don't know who Altuve is. He plays for Houston. It's Houston versus Tampa Bay. He's going against Bass. Bass has been quite bad this year, especially against righties. He has over a 207 whip against righties this year with a 333 average and an 885 FIP. Over the course of his past 5 games, he has failed to make it 6 innings. Oh, he made a start. He made it 6 innings against Miami, but however gave up 12 base runners in that game and 5 earned. So not a quality start there. He's given up a home run in his last 5 out of 5. And granted, Tampa Bay is in a minor league ballpark right now due to theirs being under construction. However, in his last 2, he's only had 3 away games. In his last 2 away games, he's given up 6 base runners, and then the 12 that I just mentioned, and 3 earned and 5 earned, as well as 4 home runs total in those 2 games. So I like Altuve here. His 2-week splits against right-handed pitching is decent. It's also 50 plate appearances. He's batting a 267 with a 309 weighted OBA. So not necessarily hitting for power there, but what I do like about this is that, let me find Baz. Baz is increasing his usage of his changeup against righties. he's increased it 14% against righties. And I like that Altuve has seen that pitch in the last week against righties. And he's 2 for 4, I believe. Let me find the exact numbers. 2 for 2 against that changeup over the course of the past week. Sorry. And over the course of the past 4 weeks, he's 4 for 9 with a 4.44 average there against that pitch with a 22% strikeout rate. And then you add on the four-seamer because Baz does love to throw the four-seamer. I just noticed the usage of the changeup is increasing. Altuve is 4 for 25 against both those pitches. Not 4 for 20. I'm sorry. He's batting a 400 on 25 ABs with 12% K percentage against those pitches. So I love that. Love that. And then over the course of the past 2 weeks, he's also batting 400 on 15 ABs with a 13% K percentage. I would say Altuve is not really hitting for power right now. He did have 2 home runs this past week. I forgot who that was exactly. I don't think that was against the Athletics. I think J.P. Sears, he did that. That was a lefty. However, so he's not really hitting for power right now, but I like Altuve to get the ball in play. He's one of those hitters that gets the ball in play. He did start off slow this year, but, he's been a hitter, honestly, his whole career, from what I've noticed. So I like this for Altuve at home against Bass, someone who struggles with right-handed hitter. So, yeah. But moving forward, last one I like is Butler, Lawrence Butler of the Athletics. He's going against Jose Barrios, who struggles with lefties. Let me find his exact numbers. Yeah, Barrios is giving up 186 whip against lefties currently. Butler has come into his own the past couple weeks. He has a 20% K percentage, and then a 437 weighted OBA, and then a 306 ISO against right-handed pitching. What I noticed here is that Barrios, is consistent with using his changeup against lefties, and then he also did increase his usage of his cutter as well here. So looking at Butler, I was looking at how he was doing against that changeup. Let me find his exact numbers. So we saw over the course of the past week, he saw that changeup once, and got a hit there. And then you expand that a little bit. So over the course of the past month, he's batting a 308 with 13 ABs and 7% K rate. So I like this with 2 extra base hits there. 2 out of the 4 being extra base hits, and has 1 home run. So I like this play as well. Barrios has always struggled with lefties. Hasn't been any different, over the course of this season. And then my last home run play is Paredes of Houston going against Baz, as I mentioned previously, for Altuve as far as a hit. Baz, over the course of his last 5, I may have mentioned this before, he's given up a home run in his last 5 games and 8 of his last 10 games. Really struggles with righties. Let me go find Paredes real quick. So against that fastball and that changeup that I mentioned previously, Paredes is batting a 333 with a 303 ISO, 3 home runs, and a 15% K rate. I noticed him recently going crazy against the Athletics. It might have been the series before the Athletics, honestly. But he has over the course of the past 2 weeks, he has a 300 ISO as well with 2 home runs and 2 extra base hits against 2 extra base hits against this pitch mix and a 19% K percentage. So against someone that's struggling with righties, I love, him to get one here at home. Houston naturally bats better in Houston than they do on the road. So I like them to get the bats going. I like this to be a real high-scoring game here. So it should be going back and forth. as Tampa Bay's been looking better as a offensive team as well. So yeah, I like this play for a home run too. So him and Lowe, I like for a home run. And then for hits wise, top three in order is Lowe, Altuve, and then Butler. So those are my top three for today. Tomorrow we'll be back on 15-game slate and get my top five and the top three for home runs as well. But I thank you guys for watching. If you want to be notified when I post, please subscribe and then turn on your notifications. I'm sorry, and then as well as like, comment, share these videos if you like them. Thank you.